Hello, everybody. It looks like we're deleted in LinkedIn. Try again. Oh, Julie, you didn't do a new one. That's why. Julie. Yeah.
No, I need to get a new camera.
I have got camera. Okay, let's see. It's saying it's live.
Are we live?
Are we live? We don't even know if we're live. Well, let's get started. Let us get started, Lola. Lola Bajide, it is absolutely fabulous to have you here with me. Welcome to the Compass Club live members experiences. Yay! We really are live. That's so funny. Anyway, so Miss Lady, obviously the Compass Club is here for women who want more, women who want to find their North Star, all of those beautiful things. So tell me, what do you do for a living?
So I am a business owner and I run Solomon Consultancy, which is an early careers and first level leadership development solution consultancy. And we work with corporations to ensure that their entry talent excel. They're also able to empower them and retain them. And we have a particular penchant for looking after and developing underrepresented talent, so be that gender or race or any of the underrepresented groups.
Okay, great. So tell me, you've been running this business. How long have you been running your own business for?
I started in 2017 when I was blessed with redundancy. And I think since that time, I've probably gone through 3 evolutions of the organization.
Oh, wow.
Um, and every time it's a growth experience. And every time I realize I need new skills, I need to upskill myself. I need to ensure that I'm still aligned with what I want to do and where my passions lie. So it's definitely a journey of growth and of development.
Okay. Okay. So, Lola, my first question to you about the club is, you know, what made you interested in the club? How did you get here?
I got here because I knew you were starting and I've known you for quite some time. And I've been blessed having coaching sessions with you as well when I first started. And then the Power Supper Club. And then you started the Compass Club and you said for ladies in leadership wanting to find their North Star.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, this is amazing. And it seemed to be all women who were entrepreneurs, so working in the corporate space. I was like, great. I was like, Madeline, what are you going to do for women who have their own business and still want to be leaders and find their North Star? You're like, oh, I don't know. But anyway, after a lot of my whinging and begging, you opened it up. So there's a special place for us ladies in business. And so that's how I found it. It was obviously following you, seeing all the wonderful testimonies from existing members, and just really wanting to be a part of it because I know which has been proven, that I would benefit immensely from joining the Compass Club. And I did want to continuously go on that journey of self-development and self-improvement for myself, but also for my business.
Okay, great. So tell me, when did you join the Compass Club?
I joined last year.
Okay.
So I joined last year and it was a revelation in the sense of I know how you run clubs and engagements and the energy and the vibe is always uplifting and positive and encouraging. But I have to say, I think you've taken it to the next level with the Compass Club. You have taken it to the next level. So I joined and got my wonderful gifts, first and foremost, and then looked at all the resources. So when you said, okay, I'm going to create a special section for women in business for them to obviously gain the same benefits that the entrepreneur members have, I was like, okay, well, you've literally just set up this segment. And I went into the resources on one Friday. Sunday, I was still in there. I was going through all the resources, like, wow, this is resource after resource after resource. that have been really tailored for women in business. So from reading your book to other books that are very encouraging, like, the 7 steps of, sales, going through that and creating my own sales, not sales spiel, but putting together everything that I need to be successful with my sales and all the other resources that was available. I was like, wow, this is in depth. These are in-depth resources that you'll be mad not to utilize. So that was the first wow experience. And then there was the gathering, which was just insane. I think not that you have to be in it to experience what you do, but the gathering for me was such a wonderful and needed space that I didn't know I needed until I was in there.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that, you have members in the group that do have their own businesses, that are entrepreneurs, so they're directors and big level people in their own organizations, but we all feed off each other and we all support each other, and you always still get benefits from it. I'm rambling, so even the question has just gone through my head.
I'm just sitting here enjoying yourself.
You're loving me, loving myself, loving the club. There's a lot of love in the club. But yes, that's how I came about it. And yeah, go on, next question.
Okay, cool. No, I'm obviously, you said when you joined, and you're right, my thing has always been, okay, I'm going to focus on professional women. I knew I would do business women eventually, but you kept knocking at my door, and I just, okay, I will do this. And it does mean different resources for women in business, but a lot of the challenges that we all face are pretty similar. They can be applied, and it's so interesting how sometimes we do end up applying something that might be in a professional to a business, and vice versa. Okay, so next question for you is, what's your journey been like? I think you gave a little bit of it, but what's your journey? What, if you think about where you were when you started kind of in August, and where you are, I think it's August, September, where you are now, what would you say has been that journey, the differences, the changes you've seen?
I would say they've been immense, in the sense that when I started, I'll never forget, and we introduced ourselves, I said, I'm self-employed. And immediately I got a side eye from you. And he was like, no, you're not self-employed, you're a business owner. And it sounds really basic, but that made such a big change in how I operated, in how I showed up, in how I represent Swimming Consultancy, and then how I then started to build out a team. Because when you have a team, you no longer think you're self-employed. You think, I have a business, I have to bring the money in, because I have to pay this person, I have to do this. How am I showing up? So it really changed my perception of, one, me as founder, but also, founder of Swimming Consultancy, but also with how I engage with my team members. And that was a big shift. And that helped me shift how I then showed up with my brand, and then how I showed up with my prospects and with my clients and in my deliveries. So it really helped me to execute my client journey from a different perspective. So you can show up self-employed and present yourself as self-employed, and your clients will treat you as you're self-employed. I now show up to my clients and my prospects as a business owner who provides a solution to a challenge they need to resolve in order for their business to progress. So the way in which I present myself is totally different, and they see that. So when I present a solution to them, they're like, yeah, she can deliver.
Yes.
She can deliver. And I've then moved to the standpoint whereby I show up with my receipts. Whereas before, I'm a very personable person. I am. So I will go on very much, you're going to like me, but no, I will come up with my receipts. So you will see my credentials, and I have no shame about sharing them with you to validate why you need to bring me on board in terms of delivering services for your entry talent and your first level leaders. So it really helped move me in my journey as a business owner, and looking at Swimming Consultancy being very future focused. So I'm not doing, oh, what am I going to do this quarter? I'm looking at, what am I going to do in the next 5 years? Where are we going to be, people? Where do we want to be? What do we need to do to get there? What do we need to start doing now? What do we need to start doing less of? What do we need to start doing more of? And that's literally, a lot of that is from the resources, obviously the coach up sessions and the gathering. But I always say one thing about the Compass Club is you are supported in ways you never knew you could be supported in what is a sisterhood in effect.
Yeah.
Apart from when Uncle David comes in, does his little dance at the
You
end
know
of the
that.
gathering. Exactly, the honorary member. But in all honesty and truthfulness, it is a sisterhood, and it's a sisterhood that is built on un, unconditional unconditional support, and there is no element of there's no showboating. I've been in
Mm,
organizations, particularly when it is unfortunately women dominated, it becomes a bit of a showboat. Oh, I done this. Oh, well, I've done it. No, 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 no. Once you share your celebration, the only thing you're going to receive are your flowers and your support and your encouragement, and that is really enriching. And it's the same way, someone does something, someone achieves something, we will celebrate it. Even if they don't celebrate themselves, we will bring it up and celebrate them. So
yeah.
it's that environment which is so rich and so nurturing, and you want to do better for you because you know you've got the support behind you, and you know you've got people who are invested in your support for no other reason than they want to see you win. And I always say, when I look at the Compass Club, I say we are women who win, and we win together.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
that is I'm not going to church like Chloe. Last week Chloe took us to church, bro. I'm like, whoa, Chloe.
Oh,
Chloe left us crying last week. But no, it really truly is. It's women who win, and we win together, and we celebrate all those successes. And
mm,
we really just it's a wheel, and each of us are spokes to make sure that wheel keeps on turning. So
yeah.
even if you stop, we check in. Are you okay? How can we support? How can we help? And it's just rich. It's a very, very rich place. So that's how it's helped me, both in my business and personally. It's
Yeah.
made me check myself, but also be more aware. And I think you did a post about it last week, checking on others. So I will just be sending WhatsApp messages, IG, Telegram messages obviously in the wonderful portal. How you doing? We didn't see you. You've joined. You okay?
Yes. Yeah. And there's something, isn't there? It's like, yes, okay, I've created the club. I'm in the club, but and this is so on our webinar the other night. This is what I'm saying is it's not just about me. It is about we. It's about what we bring that makes the really big difference at the end of the day. And I can't speak to everything because I haven't experienced everything, but the experiences within the group make it so much richer. So much richer. So I love that. So for you, your 3 words. I've asked the others, or some of the others, should I say? What are your 3 words that for you would describe the Compass Club?
Okay, so as you're going to know, as you suspect, it's going to be a challenge. But as I always say, it's challenged with love.
Yeah,
And that's a very important factor, because you can be challenged in a way that will make you sink into yourself. You can be challenged in a way that will make you doubt yourself. When you are challenged in the club, it's because people see what you have to give, and they see what's inside you that you may be not realizing yourself, and they want you to realize it and achieve it. So when you get challenged, it's with so much love, you almost feel indebted to pick up the mantle and say, I'm going to take this challenge on, and I'm going to do it, and I'm
yeah,
going to let you know when I've done it, and we're going to celebrate together. And it's not just Madeline, it's not just you that challenges. You get challenged by other members within the club. But like I say, because it's such an enriching, encouraging environment, when you get challenged, you don't feel away. You actually feel grateful,
yeah,
because sometimes I think within all of us, we sometimes downplay what we are capable of. And when someone else sees it, it's more or less that reassurance that, oh, okay, someone else sees it, so I know I can do it.
yeah.
And
It's
then you're
possible for me.
supported.
Yes.
Exactly. They're affirming what you think. And when someone else speaks it, you're like, oh, okay, this can really happen.
Mm,
Okay, so it may be someone else's words that will affirm you, but you'll be affirmed nonetheless.
yeah.
So definitely I would say challenge, and as I always caveat with, challenge with love. The second word would be community. I know
Mm,
we're a club, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, or oh girl, oh girl, oh girl, oh girl, or woman, we are a community.
yeah.
We are a community. We are a live and thriving, beautiful community. Sometimes you think club, oh, it's like, yeah, okay, check in, check out. But this is a community. And for me, the way in which we interact, the way in which we support and guide and uplift each other, that's only done in a community.
Mm.
Unless Chloe's on the pulpit, then we're going to church. But generally, oh, Chloe, I love you, darling. But generally, it is a community. It's a very rich community, and it's real. It's
Yeah.
very, very real. So that, I would say community. And the other thing I would say about community, which I shared twice this week, I think, is it's community where you are able to be vulnerable because it's a safe space.
Yeah.
And you're vulnerable in ways you didn't think you could be vulnerable with
Mm.
people that possibly at times you haven't even met face to face. But because it's such a rich community, you can literally strip yourself bare and you don't feel exposed whatsoever. Because the support in which you get, it will actually clothe you back and you feel enriched and empowered to go on along your journey stronger. So the club in the community, it's almost in a sense that we arm each other to
Yeah.
move on to our next destination, to our
Yeah.
next goal. And like I say, you get that in community. So
Mm.
community for sure, for sure, for sure.
I'm just going to add something to that, if that's okay. And then before you give us your last one, I that's so important about that being a safe space, because it's exactly why I don't offer a taster,
Mm,
because, or a free period, because you need to know that you're safe and that people aren't going to come in, listen, take whatever and go out there. We have a code of conduct, and so that's why it's not offered. It's about protecting the community, at the end of the day. Go ahead. Sorry, you had your last
okay. Yeah. So my last one probably would be coaching. I would
one.
say it's coaching because people think, oh, okay, so I'm going to get coaching from Madeline, and you do. Madeline does provide coaching. We have the coach up session, but it's not a one-on-one. But the richness of that itself, and this is me speaking as a coach as well, is everyone plies in, and you learn so much. You learn so much from everyone else's experiences, everyone else's support, because people see things in a different way.
Mm.
And you get different perspectives that will only uplift, elevate, and propel you on in your journey. And you can also learn from someone else's experience that you don't need to go to. You don't need to go through because we've gone through the solution, how it's going to help on someone else. And you take that away and you put that into your armory, as it were. Like, okay, I remember we went through that. Right. And so much of it is you can relate it, business, professional, it's all very much transferable.
Yeah.
The coaching you get is transferable, sometimes to personal. Okay. So you learn, like as you always say, Madeline, I think I got this from you, like no is a full sentence. It's fine. And that translates from business to in the corporate space to your personal. So the coaching that you get, whilst it's not one-on-one, it is enriching to levels you probably wouldn't realize until you've actually experienced it. So the coaching for me, it's really helped. And sometimes you can go in and you're just listening, you're helping, you're contributing to someone else's dilemma. Okay. And it's not as though you think, oh, well, I didn't get nothing out of that coaching session, did I? You get a lot out of it because you're inputting and then people are asking you questions. And again, it's that sense of community. You're contributing to someone else's growth, but at the same time, you are growing yourself. Yeah,
It's so
you're
true.
going through that
You cement
self
your
journey.
own growth and your own recognition of what you bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always recognize it, or we second guess it, but in that moment of supporting someone else, you go, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah. And
What
that's the thing I always say. It's
Yeah,
like, helping others to shine helps you shine brighter.
yeah,
And
definitely.
you realize that yourself, you're thinking, like you think, like, oh my gosh, I actually know what I'm talking about. I've contributed something value. Oh my. So you never lose. It's always a win-win situation without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, those would be my what I would call my three C's.
Love
in
it.
relation to the Compass
Love
Club.
it. Love it. Okay, so what would you say to somebody who's considering the Compass Club but wasn't sure? You know, those on the fence, watching but not actually moving.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? No. I would say literally that it's something that you needed in your life that you didn't realize until you have it, and then you don't want to let it go. And it's an investment that if we all took the time to make in ourselves, not only will we be shining brighter, but we'll be helping others to shine brighter as well. And we invest a lot in other things that don't really benefit us. They're very superficial, here today, gone tomorrow. Why not invest in you? Why not? This is not a blood contract. This is not, you write your name in blood and you can never leave. It's not a cult. You can leave if it doesn't suit you. It's fine. But if you don't give it a chance, if you don't make that decision, you are losing, you're only literally, you're devaluing yourself, because you have an opportunity to increase the value that you're already given. Okay. So by not joining, you're actually doing a disservice to yourself, which it's a no-no. We don't do that in the Compass Club. It's a hell no in most instances. So by joining the Compass Club, you are you're giving yourself the opportunity to literally, and I think Natalie said this either this week or last week, to really just align with who you are. And when you align with who you are, that's when you get that clarity to actually see your North Star. Because I feel for myself, I knew where I wanted to get to, but I was still drifting. Okay, so if we're going to go the whole analogy road, I was in my little dinghy, like rowing. I think I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I was like just going around in circles, having fun whilst doing it, but I was going around in circles. When I joined the Compass Club, I could see quite clearly where I wanted to get to. It was literally like, okay, this is your goal. And then I got out of my dinghy and I joined the cruise line of the Compass Club. So I then went, oh, okay, so there's other people who are actually going to support me, help me up onto this cruise liner, make sure I'm nourished and I'm fed, while still keeping my eye on my North Star, and celebrating me every time I achieve something, or checking in to make sure I was okay. So I'm literally on track. Okay, so I'm not just going around in my dinghy, like looking at the North Star and think I'm going to get there one day. I'm now on track in a cruise liner, being nurtured and fed and watered, and with other people who have seen their North Star, and we're all going in that same direction. We haven't all got the same focus, but we all know what our North Star is. Okay, and we're all in this cruise liner together, enjoying our community, our company, our celebrations, and it is absolutely joyous. So now because I'm in this environment, it motivates me and it pushes me to do more and to be more, because I have accountability.
But you also want to run back and go, guess what? Look at what I did. Look at me.
Yeah.
And it's not the look at me, but it's just like, it's the childlike feeling of, oh my goodness, I can do things, and I'm doing things, and I'm achieving things. And I'm going to say, I'm super excited for your trajectory, because, you said this the other night. I don't know if you mind me, but kind of like the number, like you've gone from a 4-figure business now to a 5-figure business, on your way to a 6-figure business. Like, God knows we're going to get you there within the next year. So it's just like wonderful seeing that trajectory for you. And then my last question is, what's next for you in the Compass Club?
I think what is next for me is literally just showing up, always showing up. And I have a joy in showing up and seeing the other community members. Okay. I have a joy in their celebrations. Like literally last week when you did the live with, actually it was Natia and Chloe last week. So last week it was. So last week when you did the live with Natalie and she mentioned the director, my cheeks were hurting because I was smiling and gritting teeth so much. It was ridiculous. Okay. And with Chloe, we don't know her accolades. I'm thinking, girl, you don't even share your receipts often enough in the club. You need to be giving out your receipts on a daily basis so we know who you be. Yeah. You know, so for me, it's showing up not just for me and showing my wins and my celebrations. It's showing up for the community.
Yeah.
It's utilizing all those resources. It's pouring in where I can, because, like I said, it's whilst I love celebrating my wins, and there's going to be so much more to come. It's also celebrating the others and
Yeah.
looking at how I can add, how I can pour into the Compass Club, to new members, checking in on them, because this is a powerful, powerful community. And I truly believe, I say, this is one of the things that I say to those who I coach, our first level leaders, that shining bright yourself is great, but when you make others shine even brighter, the rewards are immense. And
Yeah.
I shine. But when I see others shine and we're shining together, it's get out your sunshades, get out your UV protection screen, because we're coming for you.
We're
We're
gonna need
coming
the
for
big
you.
fluffy hat because it's a lot.
Exactly, exactly. There's a lot. You need to get your protection out, because there's a lot of sun. One thing that is not in the Compass Club is shade. There is no shade.
Mm.
Okay, so we all shine together. So for me, it's about showing up, being consistent. The restorative yoga, I was there yesterday in my element, and it's just champion my growth, champion the growth of all the other members as well, and yourself, obviously, Mads.
No, for sure. I truly appreciate you sharing. It's lovely to hear you talk about it because, you have a vision for something, but don't know how it hits. And then when you see and hear and feel the impact that it's having on those people who trusted you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So it's made my day for sure. And I would just say to anybody who is thinking about joining the club, what, as Lola said, what are you waiting for? You spend money on things that aren't going to move you. But if you really want to start working on your professional development, your personal development, then this is a place, because it will impact your professional development. And we talk about professional development anyway, but there's so many things that are sitting there waiting for you. We've had over a year now of the club. And so those resources just keep building, because every time we do something, we record it.
Yeah.
Every interview with a successful woman is recorded. Every gathering is recording. Every coach up is recording. I record stuff for the club all the time. So it's like there's so much richness. So come and join us. And then let's shine. Like Lola is in yellow. She is on a shining thing today.
It's
So
all about shining, baby. It's all about shining.
so come and join us. There is no reason, there is no excuse. If this is something that you've been thinking about, then let's stop thinking and let's start doing. Make a move, make a break, make a move, because your life isn't going to change and nothing is going to change unless you do. So thank you so much for being with us. Have an amazing day, and we look forward to seeing you and celebrating you and challenging you in the
With
club.
love.
With love. See you soon.